Oh boy, I'm drinking Snores and Peace tea at 10 a.m. in the morning. Who have I become? So, welcome back, guys. It has been a crazy month. It took me a long time to do this video. I was supposed to film this video like a month ago. Didn't. But we're still here. I have been doing a lot of things to help myself be a more healthy artist because I realized that I wasn't taking care of myself during quarantine as far as being an artist. When you're in conservatory, they help you do that a lot. Every day you're doing stretches or you're doing warm-ups or vocal warm-ups or you're having to like really be in touch with yourself emotionally, and they help you do that consistently. So when you're not in conservatory, you need to do that for yourself. So that brings us to today. So I should say this video is not sponsored in any way. It's just me geeking out about a book that I love. Okay, The Artist's Way. I, in truth, have never finished this book. I should do that as soon as possible, as in like today I should start doing it again. But one of the things it talks about is, well, there's two main things she stresses, and those two are morning pages and dates, artist dates. So morning pages is basically where the first thing you do when you wake up is you go and you write 3 full pages of everything that's on your mind. And you do it stream of consciousness. It can be anything. It can be your lists, it can be all your fears, it can be annoying and petty or excited and crazy, or it can be poetry, it can be whatever you want. You just literally have to fill 3 pages worth of writing. So the purpose of this is that you're clearing out all of that gunk that's blocking you up and that's keeping you from thinking clearly as a creative person, so that you can go throughout your day and actually be free, that your mind isn't so clogged with all of these other things you're feeling and afraid of, or like that you need to do, like your to-do list. It's kind of like an emotional bullet journal. You're getting your life in order so that you can go through and actually do it. I've attempted to do this so many times because I am determined. I know it's a good thing for me. I know it's healthy, but I've never had the wherewithal to actually follow through and do it consistently. So I embarked on 30 days of morning pages. I woke up every single day and I did them right away, and it was a journey. I'm about to do morning pages for the first time. It is 6:20 in the morning and I have my little setup right there. Let me sit down and write them. And I feel like it's so early. There's nothing in my head yet. So I just finished my first day of morning pages, which gave me a major hand cramp, and I think I made a mistake by picking a notebook that's way too big. But I did it and it was actually really nice. I got to process a lot of like things I wanted to do today, things I was feeling about yesterday. Yeah, feeling pretty good. So I did my morning pages this morning, and it was actually really nice because it helped me process some things that happened yesterday that I probably would have carried into like the rest of my day and been like thinking about kind of consistently or letting them affect me. But because I was able to just like write down, like I basically had to write down for 3 pages, about half of it ended up being about that. And so now it feels like my brain is not stuck in that cycle of thought, which is actually really nice. The first couple days, the forearm pain was real. I didn't realize that I haven't really written that much. Like when you're in elementary school, you write a lot. You're doing a lot of notes, you're writing all your papers by hand, and so you got some strong forearms. I don't do that anymore. I don't handwrite things. I'm typing most of the time, or if I'm journaling, that's even on my phone. Like everything is on my phone. But doing this, writing 3 whole pages, and I did it by hand for the first half of it, killed my forearm. Oh my God. And I will say at first it feels like such a long time that you're sitting there writing. For me, I think the first couple days it was like a half hour, and I don't know, I didn't really keep track of how long it took me the whole time. But it is a chunk of time. Like it is a sacrifice that you're making to go and write and like do this. And there's something about giving yourself a disciplined routine to start your day and make time for yourself. There were days that I felt like a chore, but it always felt so relieving to know I could count on that time in the morning to be me time and let go of everything that was filling up my brain and even like bottled up inside. Plus, the feeling of finishing 3 whole pages was always so satisfying. So yesterday I did not do my morning pages for the first time during this challenge, and I think it was day 10. I did 1 page and then I had to like run out the door to like go work, but my mind was so congested the rest of the day. I don't know how else to describe the feeling, but it felt like there was just like this swirl inside of me that I could not get out. Like I literally was like, I wish I had someone like specifically designated to knowing every single thought in my brain, because there's too much happening that I can't even convey all of the things that I'm thinking. It just feels like a swirl coming at me. I feel like that a lot. Like that's like a normal feeling, to feel like there's just too much. I can't even speak everything I'm thinking and it's just like swirling up inside of me. But I haven't felt that way in like a week. I've been feeling really cleared out and like calm, and it feels like my mind hasn't been such a tornado. The morning pages have been helping me process so many of the things I go through or the emotions I experience during the day that I would normally carry into the rest of my day. And I get to just sit down in those first like 30 minutes that I'm awake, and I get to just write it out and like get it out of me so I'm not carrying it around the rest of the day. There was so much inside of me and I just wanted to scream and get it out, and I was so frustrated by like this pent up energy, and it was like thought energy, it was brain energy, it wasn't like body energy, and it was just like a lot, and I haven't had it for the last 10 days, and I think part of that is morning pages, because I've been able to like clear out my mind and like express my heart and be present with the rest of my day, and it's helping me be a better person for myself, to be kinder to myself, and to like not just dismiss the things I'm feeling or thinking I'm going through. But I think it's also been helping me be more present and more kind to my husband and my friends. And even like right now I'm going through a lot of things with like depression and processing a lot of sadness and disappointment and like grieving things that I've lost recently. And the morning pages has helped me not be swallowed by it. Like I've been able to kind of process that feeling and process how I want to handle it, so I get all of those thoughts out and they don't kind of consume me for the rest of the day or the rest of the week. Throughout the whole 30 days, I feel like I continuously improved expressing myself, even when I was speaking. Like I was saying, sometimes it feels like I have so many thoughts inside that I can't even get anything out. So it's actually really special and really helpful to be able to express myself in conversations and know my boundaries too. Because I have a tendency to be a verbal processor and then feel like I overshared. But I wasn't relying on people anymore to process things, so I didn't feel overexposed in my emotions. I felt more steady, actually. So I'm about to do my morning pages, but I really don't want to. I'm really got sick of it. And like the only reason I keep doing it is because I know it's gonna help me. Like I know afterwards I feel so much better. But like right now I just don't want to sit down for a half hour and write down everything that I'm thinking. There's so much happening in the world, guys. We need to get it out. We need to process it. We can't just have it all inside of here and like ready to fester and explode all over the place. Take it from me, like seriously, this has been the best time to be doing this because the world is crazy. And then having somewhere that I'm actually getting all my thoughts out, that I'm writing and I'm exploring my emotions and my subconscious. Hell yeah, it's helping. But I will say, I did not love the handwritten format. For the first 15 days, I did it by hand in my journal, my beautiful moleskin journal. That just wasn't ideal. This wasn't working for a girl. So then I switched to an app, which is called Morning Pages. It's a beautiful app. The interface for it is very user-friendly, a great UX if you ask me. So basically you set it up, you choose a word goal, a word count goal that you want to do. I did a 750 at first, but then I increased it to 1,000 because 750 wasn't enough for me. 1,000 is perfect. It's kind of where I just level out and I've like completely emptied myself. You go in for the day where you're gonna be writing that day, and it has a cute little phrase at the top that changes every day, super cute. And then you just write, you just type away. You can repeat phrases. You can do whatever you gotta do. You just empty your mind. Sometimes I literally just write, I don't know what to write, a million times over because I don't know what to write. There isn't anything happening in my brain, and that's all there is. Or just repeat the last word that I said. I'm like, pretty, 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 until something else comes, until I'm like, oh my god, I'm repeating pretty a million times. And that's my morning pages for that day. But I got it out, you know? My brain is like buzzing with electricity. After you've typed out your morning pages for that day, you go to this nifty other little page and it shows you your emotion for that day. It analyzes all your writing and shows you the main topics that you talked about and your emotion that you seem to be kind of focused on and how much of your text was negative or positive. I'm not gonna lie, this past month I was mostly negative and hovered in the fear territory a lot. So then if you tap show all up in that top right corner, it'll show you all the emotions that you expressed that day and the levels that you expressed them and more topics that you explored. And you can do this for the day, the week, the month, the year, and it'll show you how much of those emotions you're having during that month. I ended up being a pretty even split between joy, fear, and sadness, and then anger was kind of low. I'm working on expressing that one more freely. Not that I want to be more angry, but I want to express it. It's like those mental health check-ins they do where you like put where your mood was and you can see how it's going. I love to write. It's one of my favorite things. I wanted to be a journalist when I was younger. I wanted to be a creative writer. I wanted to be an author, anything to do with writing. But since I turned 16, I think, I haven't written anything, like nothing. I got into painting more and I got into acting more, where I can just flow, you know? You're painting, you're not using words, you're just using your images and your visuals. And then acting, you're using someone else's words and you're creating those into visuals and you're just understanding other people's words. But I have been waiting for the day where I will feel like I can write again and where I feel like the words are there, because it just has been this insane writer's block that is totally psychological. It's not a real thing. I'm just struggling with an inferiority complex or something. Lately, I have been feeling so reinvigorated. I started doing poetry again and getting into it a lot more. I feel so free when I'm writing again. I feel like my mind is buzzing with ideas. I'm thrilled. I feel like I'm gonna cry because I'm so happy about it, because I've been waiting for this for years. I've wanted to get back on the horse, if you will, of writing, and I think it might be happening. I think it might be there, folks. I'm pretty psyched about it. Like I said earlier, I feel like it even made me a better human in general, honestly, because the thing is, when you have all of your emotions like crapping out of you all the time, not a bad thing. You can be emotional, that's not what I'm saying. But when you really aren't able to process your emotions and you're just kind of like a puddle all the time, it can be kind of hard to take care of yourself and then in turn take care of others and love people around you, because you don't know how to take care and love yourself. Consistently writing my morning pages, I knew what I was dealing with. I knew what I needed, just because it would come out of me. It was inside of me already and it would just come out. And so I was able to do those things and take care of myself better, and then in turn I was able to be better for my friends, better for my husband, and better for myself, most importantly, and actually be present more often, actually know what I wanted to say, know what I believed. I support this message because morning pages were amazing. I want to do them. Like, I'm not gonna lie, going forward consistently, it's a little bit harder because it's unexpectedly difficult to wake up every morning and hold a commitment like that, where I'm writing and I'm taking time for me, because exercise, I can do that, like stretching and eating and all of that is easier. But like sitting down and writing and being still for a half hour, like sometimes a half hour, it's harder. But I have been doing my best to do it like consistently since 30 days ended, because I just know what a big difference it made for me. Thank you, morning pages. You changed my life. But really. So yeah, if you want to buy the book Artist Way, I will link it down in my description box below. And also, if you want to subscribe and hear more about being a healthy artist, click that button down there too. Drop a like and a comment. I love you guys. Have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Look at the day I'm starting on. I don't know, a child. I think it's funny.